Hey, welcome back to Transformational Communication. I'm Dr. Jomo Thomas, pastor, counselor, educator, leadership consultant, and author of the upcoming book, Transformational Communication, letting the Spirit shape the way we speak. Together, we're exploring how God transforms not only what we say, but how we say it. These lessons are also laying the foundation for the companionship study guide that accompanies this book, which is going to help individuals, couples, churches, and ministry teams and organizations apply these principles in practical ways. So let's continue on our journey together. How is it possible hmm, for us to know more Bible than ever before and still struggle to communicate like Christ? As I stated in previous uh, lesson, we live in an age overflowing with information, books, podcasts, sermons, Bible studies, social media. Information alone does not produce transformation. Many of us know what the scriptures say or know what scripture says. The challenge is allowing scripture to shape how we live and communicate. Here's the truth: knowledge teaches. We need knowledge, but transformation changes. And one of the clearest places transformation should appear is in our conversation. If this resonates with you, stay with me. This book is for you. Before we continue, let's return to the theme verse guiding the entire series. Ephesians 4:29 says this: let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. Ephesians 4:29, again, using the English Standard Version. Our goal throughout this series is to learn how our words can build others up and give grace to those who hear. I want to look at another scripture and hope it resonates with you. Romans 12:2 reminds us, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Romans 12:2, again, English Standard Version. I want you to notice Paul's emphasis. It's not on information. As intelligent and academically trained Paul was, it wasn't on information. No, the Spirit's emphasis was on transformation, not merely learning, but becoming. Not simply knowing, but being changed, being transformed by the truth. One of the greatest challenges facing the modern church is that information is abundant, but transformation is often scarce. We have more access to biblical knowledge than any other generation in history. More translations and more languages, more Bible apps, so many different places to access biblical information. We can listen to world-class preaching, attend virtual conferences, read theological books, join Bible studies, watch Christian podcasts, and all these things are available. But information alone has never transformed the heart. Information teaches, and that is important. It's important. Again, transformation changes. We can know the right answers and still respond poorly when challenged. We can quote scripture and speak harshly. We can defend our theology and still damage relationships. We can be biblically accurate, yet relational ineffective. Why is that? Because information can fill our minds while leaving our hearts untouched. I mean, I PhD, EDS, all kind of degrees. But transformation happens when truth moves from our heads to our hearts. Transformation happens when knowledge becomes humility. Transformation happens when convictions become compassion. Transformation happens when Discipleship shapes the way we think, the way we listen, and the way we respond. The Bible never separates truth from love. The Bible never separates conviction from compassion. The Bible never separates knowledge from character. But yet, we and our culture often do. One of the things I explore in the introduction of the book is the difference between being informed and being transformed. Many Christians know what Christ taught. Many of the world know what Christ taught. The challenge is allowing Christ to transform how we communicate under pressure. Because our communication often reveals what information has not yet transformed. Think about that. The goal is not to accumulate more facts. The goal is to become more like Christ. There's some leadership insight, something to think about if you're leading people. The most effective leaders are not necessarily the most informed leaders. Again, not devaluing information. They are often the most transformed leaders. People who are certainly, competent. People are certainly impressed by competence, but they trust character. Leadership influence grows when our communication reflects humility, wisdom, patience, and grace. Healthy leadership always begins with personal transformation. I want you to think about this. One of the things that I explore more deeply in the uh, introduction of transformational communication is the difference between information and transformation. If today's lesson resonates with you, you'll definitely want to spend additional time in the opening pages of this book. Because in there, we dive a little bit deeper into why many believers know truth, why many people know truth, and yet continue to struggle communicating in ways that reflect the character of Christ. Pregunta, question. What do our conversations reveal about what God is still transforming in us? Take some time this week to prayerfully consider that question. In our next episode, we'll begin chapter 1 of the book and explore profound truth that changes everything about the way we view communication. God is a communicating God. I mean, after all, he wrote his words in a book. And understanding that truth may reshape how we see ourselves. Our relationships and our words speak every day. The question is, what are they saying? Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for listening to today's lesson. Today's lesson comes from my book, Transformational Communication, letting the Spirit shape the way we speak. Again, over the next several weeks, you'll receive an early look at many of the concepts found in the book and in the study guide. If today's discussion captured your attention, you'll definitely want to spend more time in the introduction of the book. Until next time, let's continue allowing God's work within us to shape the words that come from us. God bless you.